In the East, many think of black magic. Tantra is not a cult. Tantra says, realize. Tantra is a complete science of energy. The body is divine, that desire is divine, that sex is divine, that wealth is divine, that even death is divine. Let's talk what is Tantra. Tantra is one of the most powerful, yet most misunderstood sciences in human history. When people hear the word today, their minds leap to two extremes. In the West, they think of sexuality workshops, massages, or weekend retreats that promise pleasure dressed in spiritual clothing. In the East, many think of black magic, fear, taboo, or dangerous occultism, but neither of these images touch the truth. Tantra is not a cult. It is not a religion. It is not just sex. Tantra is a complete science of energy. The very word itself comes from tan, meaning to expand, and tra, meaning an instrument or method. Tantra is the instrument of expansion, the method through which human life force stretches beyond limitation into its highest possibilities. At its core, Tantra is the science of non-duality lived through duality. Most spiritual systems in history have taught escape, renounce the body, deny desire, leave the world behind, meditate on a distant God. Tantra stands in absolute opposition to this. Tantra declares that the body is divine, that desire is divine, that sex is divine, that wealth is divine, that even death is divine. It says nothing in life is outside Shakti. Everything, from your first breath to your last, from your hunger to your orgasm, from your family to your fortune, is a movement of the same infinite energy. Where Vedanta and ascetic traditions say, reject the world to find the spirit, Tantra says, realize. Realize spirit through embracing the world. This is its foundation, and this is why Tantra is the only system in human history that dares to integrate what all others reject. But Tantra is not abstract. It has always been lived in temples, in households, in mountains, in forests, in rituals that touch every part of human existence. In India, you see it in Kamakhya temple of Assam, where the goddess's menstruation is celebrated each year during the Ambubachi festival. In Bengal, you see it in Tarapit, where tantrics meditate on Mother Tara amidst creation grounds, surrounded by skulls and fire. In Nepal, you see it in Pashupatinath, where Aghoris sit among the burning bodies, turning death into meditation. In Tibet, you see it in Vajrayan Buddhism. Mandalas, wrathful deities, Yab-Yam iconography, all carrying tantric codes. And in Indonesia, you see it in Bali, where Hinduism has survived not as a dry ritual, but as a living tantric current. The daily Kanang Sari offerings placed on the ground, on the doorsteps, in temples are micro-yantras, ritual arrangements of flowers, rice, incense, and intention woven to harmonize the forces of the universe with daily life. This is Tantra lived every morning before sunrise, not as a philosophy, but as an action. The Balinese temples themselves are tantric mandalas in stone. Baisakhi, the mother temple, is a sprawling yantra etched into the slope of Mount Agung, aligned with cosmic geometry, designed not just for worship, but for energetic containment of the entire island. Tanalot, standing in the sea, is a union of water and earth, a reminder that divinity lives at the meeting of elements. Mount Batur, with its volcanic fire, is not just geology. It is Agni, the eternal fire principle of Tantra, still worshipped through offerings and ceremonies. The dances of Bali, where the legong to the trance performances of Sang, Yang, Tedari, if I'm not wrong. They are all living mudras, ritual movements that embody gods and goddesses in flesh. What survives in Bali today is not a diluted form of Hinduism, but a living continuation of Shiva Shakta Tantra that spread from India into Java, Sumatra, and beyond centuries ago. The proof is in the stones of Java itself, the temples of Candi Suku and Candi Seto, built on the slopes of Mount Lawu, remain some of the most explicit tantric monuments in Southeast Asia. Their walls show carvings of lingam and yoni, serpents entwined, erotic symbolism, and initiation rituals carved in stones. Unlike sanitized temples, these Javanese shrines embraced sexuality, fertility, and cosmic union openly, showing that Tantra was practiced in Java not as philosophy but as embodied truth. These temples, along with Bali's volcanic sanctuaries, are fragments of a much larger tantric web that once stretched across the archipelago, the web that linked India, Kamakhya, Bengal to Java and Bali by the sea routes. This is why Tantra cannot be reduced to one place or one region, even religion. It is not just for Indians, not just Tibetans, not just Balinese. It is a human science. Every culture that survived close to the earth carried tantric strands. The tribal sacrifices of Africa, the shamanic dances of the Indies, the fire worship of ancient Persia. All of those echo the same principle, that life itself is sacred and that the divine is not found by running away, but by entering fully. Tantra is the name that has survived for this universal current. But its reality belongs to the whole world. When you ask what Tantra is, the answer must be given clearly. Tantra is the forgotten science of human power. It is the method of expansion that refuses to divide your life. It is the reminder that sex and spirit are not enemies but twins. That wealth and meditation are not opposites but allies. That death is not the end but a doorway. Tantra is the oldest and most complete science of integration, preserved in temples and rituals from Assam to Bali, from Bengal to Java, from Tibet to the Andes. It is the one current that tells you nothing is impure in you. Everything in you is actually divine. This is Tantra.